What? We're going with the B route? I must have fed too much experience to Sun Shin. Oh well, I guess it's time to face the law of Sacae. This map is based on the 18B chapter of Fire Emblem 6, at least in name. I believe the map itself is based on the Gaiden chapter. Thankfully, we don't have to run around a bunch of tents trying to find the actual boss of the chapter. Still, this map is the hardest I've fought so far. It mainly comes down to the AI. I mentioned this at the start of the playthrough, but some of the strategies that I use are not the most reliable. I think this map is one of the best showcases of that. On this map, the AI builds mostly units that will follow the knights along their capture path. But if even one unit gets a different AI set and decides to defend the HQ or go after my units as they're trying to capture the HQ, the strategy that I use will end up failing. We do have to rely on Erica again, as we cannot protect our HQ capturing unit that well, but more on that later. We'll be using a lot of Corsairs, as they're the only real unit that can get to the HQ on time to assist our capturing units. I think the intended path is to go along the bridges, but that's far too slow. Sometimes the enemy ocean dragon will move along the rivers, which is actually preferable, as when the AI builds a red dragon later on, it will be spawning from the left face. On this attempt, the red dragon does spawn from the right, but it didn't matter, as it decided to roll the AI that would follow the knights. Once we have around 4 or 5 Corsairs going towards the HQ, the rest of the units we build can be sent to the left to prepare for the power score. Now that the red dragon has been built, we'll back off onto the rivers where we can't be attacked. We just need to wait for our other Corsairs to catch up, as they'll be surrounding the rogue at the HQ. Slowly but surely we're just putting our units into position to start the assault on the HQ. The Red Dragon will go towards the left to follow the knights on the capture path. Yeah, I was already built a paladin and sent it off to the left. We won't need to worry about him building another one for some time. That sister did annoyingly sit on the HQ. Our Corsairs are beginning to get into position. As soon as we see a turn where the enemy doesn't build troublesome units, we'll be able to prepare to take the HQ. Meanwhile, on the left, we just need to set up to prepare for our power score. The stars have aligned, and most of the troublesome units, such as the Paladin, Hero, Red Dragon, have got the AI that decides to follow knights along the capture path, so it's time to move in. Yeah, it does build a social knight, but it's nothing that our Corsairs can't handle. Here we'll be able to hard our rogue away from the social knight with just one Corsair. The rest of them can begin to move into position. Our knights are getting a bit overwhelmed, but as long as we join them, there shouldn't be too much risk of dying. We're getting kind of zoned out by this bishop, and the fast approaching paladin is a bit of trouble as well. Thankfully, with the way that power works, we only need to really destroy units on one turn. If it were any different and we had to do it over the course of multiple turns, we may end up giving down his power, and that would not be great as it's rather destructive on this map. He's already zoning us out quite a lot. If he was to be able to get his power, that would extend his range by 3. There would be barely anywhere on the map that would be safe from him. So it's go time. The enemy bishop has moved away. There's only 2 real units threatening us here. And one of them is an indirect, so we can just put our rogue in minimum range of him. And conveniently, that is just 5 tiles away from the HQ, providing we remove the Ocean Dragon next turn. Just checking the power. Don't want to give him his power, as that would be rather bad. I probably could have attacked the sister on the HQ thinking about it, but ultimately it didn't matter. Unfortunately, that knight kind of got trapped here, and with that hero approaching, it's surely going to die. We managed to run away with our other one there. Thankfully we're able to get our power score even without those units on the right. And there's more than enough units here for us to kill. Now it's time to build our technique score. We do lose a few units here, so we do have to result in a bit of spam. Better execution of this strategy could have saved us from having to resort to spam, but I mentioned earlier how unreliable this strategy is. I was quite lucky just to pull this off. Now, Dan does have his power here, but we are in range to start capping the HQ now. There's only really one unit at the HQ that can threaten the HQ capturing unit, but as we're playing as Erica, that doesn't matter. Start with removing these units so we can secure a path to the HQ. activate our power just for a bit of extra luck damage. Start the HQ cap, and we'll weaken this mage. Surround our rogue. I do contemplate going in for extra kills just to secure the power score, but I'm pretty sure we already have it. And with the power coming up next turn, I'm pretty sure we would have lost many units here, and we would have lost the run. Managed to secure the cap without too many casualties. Kill that mage for good measure. I think at this point, I was so glad that I'd pulled the strategy off. I was just desperate to make sure the power skills were secured. We didn't need to do that, but I was just very paranoid about having to repeat this all over again.